Of course, anyway, there's a lot of people who are upset with the main event of WrestleMania. A lot of people saying they feel ripped off and it was a terrible WrestleMania and the worst WrestleMania ever and all this stuff. But I
Wow.
saw a lot of people saying, man, even Dynamite was better than WrestleMania. I mean,
Wow.
obviously, it's a different thing. The pomp and circumstance of WrestleMania is its own thing. But I say all that to say, you guys have had a string of really, really good shows lately. I thought last week's shows were terrific.
Last week's show, we made a big deal about, and rightfully so, being a record-breaking night for us as far as a primetime wrestling show on either TBS or TNT. And we were at the MGM Theater, which is connected to Fenway, and we had a sellout crowd. And there have been some people who have said, and I know one of them is with us sometimes here. It's Adam Demouy. Says, "Oh, you guys are moving back to the smaller venues." Yes, we are, because look how great they look on TV, and look how well they're doing for us right now. And it's, I'm going to say I had more fun, I think, in 2 days in Boston than I've ever had doing TV shows for AEW. And I had a lot of fun back during the pandemic. We had a blast, and there have been times we go out to Wales, Cardiff, Wales, had a great time out there. And we've done some great things, the Grand Slams, the one in Australia. But I really think that the 2 days in Boston were great on many, many levels for AEW. Not comparing it like the fans online want to do to WrestleMania, because I didn't watch WrestleMania. I don't need to watch WrestleMania because I know a lot of people will tell me about it moving forward. And I just thought it was a great night for us, and hopefully we can continue to pick up on that momentum. Let's see.
Well, we're gonna have a lot of fun today because we're gonna be taking a trip down memory lane to 1989. This is the year that I totally fell head over heels with professional wrestling. I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for 1989 and 1997. I can't believe this is real, but this was 36 years ago. We're going to be watching primetime wrestling from March 27th, 1989. This is right around WrestleMania 5 time. We
Yeah.
want you to fire up your Peacock. That's season 5, episode 13. Season 5, episode 13. Tony, you were at this WrestleMania, were you not?
This was my first, and as a matter of fact, this March 27th, I would have been with the company for about 2 months, I guess. And so I was really pretty excited uh, to be able to do this, and be able to be in Atlantic City, and be a part of this, and be able to work with Heenan and Gorilla and everybody there for the first time. I was pretty pumped. And again, I've told this story over and over that I came from a small company, Jim Crockett Promotion, as they like to call it in this world, a mom and pops type organization. And I went from there to this big company in Connecticut with a production facility and organization, and it was staffed the way I thought a wrestling company should be staffed, or any company. So I was pretty pumped about being here this whole time. So this goes back and brings back some very good memories for me.
Join us over on Peacock at season 5, episode 13. It originally aired just a handful of days before WrestleMania 5. March 27th, 1989 is when this would air. Primetime wrestling is what we're talking about over on Peacock, season 5, episode 13. WrestleMania, if you're wondering, was just a few days later, April 2nd. So we're going to be watching some fabulous 1989. Want to give a shout out to our live studio audience. I see Bad Money Slim is here, and Jason Taylor, and James Elkerai, and Yambag Jones, and Darren Staley, and Alex
Yeah.
Wheaton. Greatly appreciate you guys hanging out. It's a party every Monday night, immediately following Monday Night Raw, of course, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Tony, I'm locked and loaded with primetime wrestling. Are you ready on your end?
I am locked and loaded.
In
3, 2, 1, Plizzy.
So we can't listen to the classic primetime theme. So can you
Yeah.
just hum along for us?
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 with Gorilla Monsoon. Dun, 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 dun,
I mean,
dun,
listen,
and,
I got to do just a couple seconds. I mean, I just gotta.
okay. Hey,
Why does that shit hit so good for me?
it was great. It because it was a good theme. That's why it did so well for you.
And how about these guys, man? The Abbott and Costello of pro wrestling. Do you think that's what they were in this era? Gorilla and Bobby?
Probably so. They had such a great chemistry about them, and
Here we see Bobby the Brain Heenan coming into Trump Plaza,
right.
and he's going to be going to the front desk and
All right.
have a little interaction. You got any jackets like that? I know Efren has that one.
I do not have a jacket like that. As a matter of fact, I don't know. I could. No, that is only like like Heenan or I don't know, Don Callis would wear it maybe, right?
Mm.
Something like that. But he's this is good stuff.
I think that nothing happening. Goof, Jay Z, the chicken champ from Bojangles in North Kakalaki, he probably has some silly shit like that jacket, but it's probably got like a chicken biscuit that'll choke a donkey on the back.
Is Jay-Z is still alive?
Yeah, barely,
Yeah.
barely. Saw him
I
sunbathing over the weekend.
uh-huh.
He had his legs propped up on a picnic table and a handgun right beside him. So things seem to be going well. I don't think he has my new home address, and I can't really complain about that.
There you go. So I haven't seen him in maybe Charlotte a couple of years ago when he was there with a different female that I'm used to.
Man, he's running through them. He's been uploading all kinds of nudes to the group chat. I mean, it's really shameful what we're seeing. Some of these girls got daddy issues. They're double jointed. I mean, it's a shame.
Wow.
Not really. I made all that up. You know, I'm just bullshitting on the show. He's got weapons. I don't want him looking for me. I made all
Right.
that.
Exactly. As you do.
Definitely didn't happen.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, you never know what's going to come out of Conrad's mouth on this show. Uh,
Well,
Bobby Heenan right now is, I guess, is he jerked the phone out of the young lady's hand who is at the concierge, and now he is going to pitch to our first match.
by the way, I love this. We're seeing, the lighting for the arena. It's we don't have the fancy entrance set, but here come the Bushwhackers, and the spotlight is following them the whole way in. I don't know why this tickles me, but it does. I should mention that some of these matches we're going to be seeing tonight were actually recorded about 3 weeks prior to this on March 7th in El Paso. And I think they actually did a little more the very next day in Odessa, Texas. That was a wrestling challenge taping.
Yeah, I
But
remember
they had
those.
some primetime wrestling. So the match we're watching right now is actually from March 8th. We're going to see the Bushwhackers taking on Danny Davis and Jose Estrada. Have I ever told you that when he was a kid, this was Cassio Kid's favorite tag team? And how on brand is that since you know Cassio?
Yeah, I think it's perfect. You would look at that and say, "Yeah, I get it." You know, El Paso, I remember you can't do this anymore. And I was at the El Paso and the Odessa tapings. Odessa, they had a big Texas barbecue for us out back. Isn't it funny how you remember just the inane things? And in El Paso, I went with JJ across to Juarez, which you really can't do anymore, I understand. And we went to this restaurant and had had a very good meal. And there were some fans who had come across the border to see the show, and so I remember these two tapings. Um, and I love how Butch, rest in peace, kicks Danny Davis and then does I guess called the Bushwhacker Stomp or the Bushwhacker March or Shuffle back to the one and only Luke Williams.